Today I want to share an observation with you about the two different ways of experiencing a human life here in the physical on planet Earth. I noticed that there are primarily two different paths for a human to experience life on planet Earth. And let me know after you've watched this video if you can recognize your own path. And if you want, you can also let me know which path you are on. So basically, the two paths have to do with the difficulties and the struggles you will face, but also the direction your energy goes towards. And although both of them are very distinguished, in the end they both seem to have the potential to close the gap between the physical and the so-called spiritual. The first way how humans can experience their life on planet Earth might go from the direction of the abstract, the world of concepts, towards the actual physical. So if you are on that path, you might have always known that there is something beyond the physical world, something more that your eyes and senses can perceive. You might never actually have questioned if there is anything else than the physical life, you just know. And while you have this knowing, you are still in a physical body, and your struggle might actually be to be fully embodied in your body on this planet in physical reality. So for you, this path leads towards merging your knowing of that what is beyond with everyday life, being in your body, first fully coming into your body, making friends with your senses, and then staying here in the physical and having an actual real physical life. You will notice that when you are on this path, that the experience of time and timelessness will merge in the present. So you will understand that time and the time bound, the timeless, the infinite, at this present moment are actually one. And I think that might be one of the greatest realizations in your life. So the struggle is with escaping, with thinking that none of the physical life, nothing of it makes sense, because the structures, the rules that humankind has made for itself do not make sense for you. And because you experience this dichotomy, you might feel very alienated from this place, and you might struggle with finding your place in this world, because you see beyond, and you see beyond the potential, beyond the structure that is presented to you here in this life. And the moment of growth might be actually to stay here despite the knowing, despite the understanding of that there is a potential in the void that can create many different lives, many different forms, and that this is only one form of experience that life can actually give birth to. And even if it doesn't make sense to you, even if you see more, still see this life that you are living now as one experience that life has chosen to create. So you are in this life as one experience of the all, one experience the void has created. And even if it doesn't make sense, your place is here. And you can close the gap that you experience by living in the moment and by accepting this life and this reality as it is. If you are on the other path, you might be well versed with the laws of the physical plane. You might instantly know how things work on planet Earth. You might be moving forward, never questioning if everything is right, if there's anything else beyond the physical. You just are at home here. You know how things work, and even if you are not successful in your endeavors, you still understand what's going on. You are present in your body. You feel that you have a place here, and you know how to benefit from the structures of the physical plane. And while you go through your life, at some point you might still wonder what happens after you leave this plane. You might start to sense that what you create right now here, your experiences, but maybe also the growth you experience outside of yourself, maybe in your family, maybe you've started a business, maybe an organization. You might start to wonder what will happen after you leave. Is there any reason to be in the physical and to create what you create if everything just ends with your death? So if you are on this path, the longer you live, you might actually start to focus on the non-physical. You might embark on a journey to understand the so-called spiritual. And when you arrive at that point, you might struggle with still wanting to live on this plane and to do whatever you've been doing, because you might understand that what you create here is not forever. And for you to close the gap between the physical and the non-physical is to still keep going, but understanding that your life is unique. But so is also the life of everybody else around you. And your life, as anybody other's life, is one experience that the life can create. And let your decisions and actions be guided by this knowing that you and the other people around you are one. We all have this experience now living here, and everybody has their own unique life experience. And when you live in this physical plane, you will be able to do better, long-lasting decisions and actions if you let your decisions and actions be informed by this knowing of the all, the knowing that we are all coming from the same source and we are also going back to the same source. That's all for today.